Recently I have gone through all of my paper scraps, and I had a whole lot. And I mean scraps like this. And I tend to, when I buy paper, I keep the scraps in with the pad of paper. And whatever project I'm doing, the scraps just end up tucked away inside. And then I put it in there in my paper storage, and when I pull the pad out, then I have scraps of paper down on the floor. So I have gone through and I have fixed my paper scraps. So I'll show you what I've done. These two beautiful boxes I picked up at Michael's, and they were 40% off. And I bought two of them, and they're really pretty. And inside this box has my 8.5 by 5.5 paper. And it's pretty thick. And it's just cardstock in this one. And the same for this one. This is the 8.5 by 5.5. And I've left these little cardboard pieces in as spacers, so when I stand the boxes up, that the papers don't fall over and get bent. Starting down here, I have two baskets I picked up from Michael's. They are 6 inches deep, 7 inches wide, and 12 inches long. Excuse me. And this is all of my 5.5 by 4.25 cardstock. And this one is all of the 3 by 5 and 4 by 4 paper, cardstock, and some prints as well. This is a Stampin' Up! Wood mount container that I've cut the lid off of, and this holds my 1 inch by 5.5 and 1.5 inch by 5.5 strips. Well, no, these are all the 1 inch by 5.5. There's some 2 inch in there, 1.5 or 2 inch, and this just sets right down in there. Okay, then the next box that goes on top of there is this one, and it is also a box that I picked up from Michael's, and this holds all of my white and cream and brown and black, let's see, 4.25 by 5.5 inch and 4 by 5 and 3 by 3 and 3 by 5 and 2 by 5 and 1 by 5, and then these little, whoops, these are 2 inch squares, and they're 1.5 by 2, and again, this is just another Stampin' Up! Rubber stamp box, wood mount stamp box that I've taken the lid off. This box and a matching one I picked up from Joann's, and in here I have all of my different. This is the 1.5 and 2 inch by 5.5, and this is 2 by 4 and 2 by 3. That side over there. And these are 1 by 4 and 1 by 3. And in the Stampin' Up! Box without the lid, these are the neutrals, the browns and the blacks. And this holds all of my 3 by 3 and 2 by 4. And then, whoops, yay! And then whatever was left of the 2 by 4 that I couldn't get into the box. And it, once again, oh phooey, crapazoid, come on. It's one of those Stampin' Up! Wood mount stamp plastic clamshell things with the lid cut off. Okay, and then the last one is just this little basket, and I don't remember where I got it, but it's about 2.5 inches deep and probably about 6 inches long. And this is the 2 by 2 and 2.5 by 2.5. And there's some 1 by 1 stuff in there as well. Alright, in another one of these little crate things, these are pieces that I found that are die cuts and journal tags and just things that are not, well, they're just stuff that I really would not want to make a card base or whatever from. It's just stuff. I would cut these apart, like if I was going to do a sewing card, I would, oops, sorry. If I was doing a sewing card, I would cut this out and mount that, or cut this this little saying. And this is all of my 6 by 6 pattern paper. I've taken the 12 by 12 paper from Stampin' Up! And I've cut it down to 6 by 6. And these are some real thick, like journal cards from Club Scrap. And I can always use the back if I need a color. I mean, if I need to use that. But and then down in here is a little, whoops, what is it? 3.875 by 3.875. Little, it's a pad of cardstock.